Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Irene and I am one of the Sugar Lash Pro educators. We are officially in one of the busiest times of year for lash artists. As someone who's worked many holiday seasons, I can attest that this is the time of year that clients commonly want to go with something bolder. So today's class is all about helping you elevate your holiday offerings so you can meet that demand with confidence. So let's get into holiday glam for every client. Why should you consider offering premium styles and add-ons during the holiday season? Firstly, it's a great way to boost your income. When clients are preparing for parties, events, travel, and photos, they are more inclined than ever to seek premium styles and add-ons. Offering elevated holiday looks is an easy way to increase your average service price without feeling salesy. It enables you to meet client demand. Being able to create their vision instead of giving them a one-size-fits-all service is going to make them happy, and client satisfaction is our number one priority as lash artists. And lastly, it's a way to stand out as an artist. This is an opportunity to showcase your skill and creativity. When clients see you offering custom maps, textured sets, color accents, and luxury add-ons, they naturally are going to view you as a high-value artist. The 4 holiday looks we're going to be discussing are the angel or wet sets, textured volume, adding color or glitter, or the glam lift. Starting off with the angel or wet sets, these two sets look somewhat similar, but they're actually slightly different in purpose and execution. With the angel set, we have soft, wispy spikes created with closed or nearly closed fans. Think light and airy. And then the wet set is darker, bolder spikes. The fans remain fully closed, and the look is similar to that of wet mascara. The wet set is ideal for clients wanting stronger definition and more drama without going with a heavy look. Both of these sets are good options for your classic lash clients that are wanting something more but don't want to get into a full volume look. Here's what you'll want to have ready for these looks. We have the eyelash extension volume course. This course is going to lay the groundwork for your foundation and volume lashing. You'll need volume extensions in 0.03, 0.05, or 0.07 diameters. These diameters give you the flexibility to create both light airy spikes and thicker, bolder wet set bundles. And then primer is not a necessity, but some artists find it helps them create these closed volume fans. It's important to understand how your fan design affects the final result. The shape and openness of your fan is what creates softness, density, texture, or spikes. Let's break down the 3 fan types. Starting off with the closed fan. Closed fans are what we use to create spikes. These are essential for angel sets, wet sets, and any textured look. Because the fibers stay pinched together, closed fans give that sharp, clean effect. They're the backbone of wispy styles. Next, we have the narrow fan. A narrow fan gives you a denser, darker lash line. Because the fibers sit closer together, it creates more definition and drama. Perfect for clients wanting deeper shadowing without using heavier diameters. And finally, we have the wide fan. A wide fan gives you softness and fluff. It increases the surface area, making the set look airy, lightweight, and more diffused. Wide fans are perfect for clients wanting a softer, more blended volume look. Understanding how these fan shapes behave gives you control over the outcome of your set. With the angel and wet sets, you are using narrow and closed fans, so it's important to know the difference between how these different fans look. Let's go over the key do's and don'ts when creating angel or wet sets. Do determine the density your client wants. Always start by clarifying how bold or soft your client wants the set. Do use narrow or closed fans. For both the angel and wet sets, your spike should be created with narrow or closed fans. This gives you that clean, tapered, wispy, or mascara-like effect that defines the look. Do use appropriate diameters. Stick to lighter diameters, your 0.03s, 0.05s, and 0.07s, depending on your client's lash health and the look that they're after. Don't overload the lash line. Too many spikes or too much filler defeats the purpose of these styles. If the lash line becomes too dense, the set can lose its wispy effect and start looking like poorly executed volume. Don't use excessive adhesive. Using too much adhesive can cause clumping, and it can also affect the look of the base, which can then take away from the style we're trying to accomplish. Now let's talk about textured volume, one of the most customizable and high-impact holiday looks. Textured volume is all about creating depth and dimension by mixing different lengths, curls, and thicknesses. Instead of that perfectly even, uniform volume look, we're intentionally adding variation to make the lashes look more eye-catching and dynamic. By incorporating multiple curls, narrow fans, and wide fans throughout the map, we create a 3D effect that looks dimensional from both front and side view. This is a good upgrade for your existing volume clients, especially those that want something a bit more glamorous for the holidays without simply going from full volume to mega. To create truly dimensional textured volume, you'll want the right tools. Here's what you'll need for this look. Again, the eyelash extension volume course. Mastering texture starts with understanding proper fan control, balance, and placement. This course gives you the fundamentals that you need. You'll need a variety of curls, which can include C curl, CC, D, L, or M. Texture comes from contrast, so by mixing curls, you're creating instant depth and movement within the set. You'll need a variety of diameters, 0.03, 0.05, and 0.07. Different diameters help you build layers without adding heaviness. Lighter diameters allow for airy spikes, while slightly thicker ones add definition and structure. Having this range of tools gives you full creative control and allows you to tailor the set to each client's eye shape, lash health, and lash goals. Let's break down how we build texture in a way that looks intentional, balanced, and flattering from every angle. Textured volume relies on layering curls and lengths strategically. Let's look at a layer breakdown. Starting with the bottom layer, we're using a softer curl, for example, a C curl. Moving into the middle layer, we want a stronger curl than that bottom layer, so we could use a CC, for example. And then with the top layer, we want to use our strongest curl, so this could be a D, L, or M curl. This is where your definition comes from. Your top layer is going to create the peaks of the texture. And then we have examples of placement options. By concentrating texture on the outer half of the eye, we are elongating the shape. This works beautifully for clients that are wanting a soft cat eye or lifted look. And then we have the full eye, which means distributing texture across the entire eye. This creates balanced fluffiness. Textured volume is beautiful when it is intentional. So let's talk about the do's and don'ts when creating this set. Do use appropriate curls that enhance the client's eye shape. Choose curls that lift, open, or elongate based on the client's features. Texture should enhance the eye, not fight it. Do balance both eyes. We want to keep everything symmetrical between the two. Do use narrow and wide fans strategically. Use narrow fans for structure and depth, and wide fans for softness and blend. Don't use too many curls without a plan. Texture should look curated, not chaotic. Stick to a clear curl strategy so the set reads as dimensional, not messy. Don't neglect the bottom layer. If you skip it or rush it, the set loses depth and can look flat from side view. Now let's move into one of the most festive and eye-catching holiday looks, color and glitter lashes. This look is perfect for clients who want something fun, bold, or unique, whether it's a subtle pop of color or a fun holiday accent. Adding color or glitter can instantly transform a regular set into a statement look. What you'll need to create this look, you'll need color or glitter extensions. We don't carry these with Sugar Lash Pro, but they're easy enough to find online with a quick Google search. Same with the accents. You can find these anywhere online. We have our Naked Bond, which is our clear adhesive. This isn't a necessity, but if you want to fully show color or glitter extensions or accents without hiding them with a black adhesive, this is a good option. Let's break down how to incorporate color or glitter in a way that looks elevated rather than overwhelming. Color and glitter can be woven throughout the map, placed as spikes, or focused on the outer corners, depending on how dramatic the client wants to go. For an outer corner pop, you're focusing on the outer third of the eye or the very, very end. This is a good option for clients that still want something subtle. You can do every few lashes, which is exactly how it sounds, every few lashes. And then there's every other lash, which is just incorporating even more of the color or glitter lashes. So again, this just depends how much boldness the client wants. Do's and don'ts for color and glitter sets. Do have a design plan. Before you start, map out your color choices, placement, and overall style. A clear plan keeps the set cohesive rather than random. Do get client approval. Always show your clients the colors and explain where they're going to be placed. Whether you have an inspo pick that you're working from or not, make sure the client is on board with your vision. Do use complementary colors. Choose colors that enhance your client's eye color or overall look. Complementary tones make the color pop without clashing. Don't overload the lashes. A few accents can look stunning, but too much color or glitter can overwhelm the look and look messy. Don't ignore comfort. Keep in mind your placement of glitter lashes or any accents. These can add weight to the lashes and can cause discomfort for your client. It's important that nothing is interfering with their actual eye. Make sure your client is leaving the session feeling comfortable. And finally, we have our Glam lift, which incorporates single individual eyelash extensions with a lash lift. This look is ideal for clients who don't want full extensions, they want something lower maintenance, or they simply want to elevate their lash lift for holiday events. To create this look, you'll need tools for both lifting and eyelash extension application. The Lash Lift course. A proper lift is the foundation. Mastering clean placement and timing keeps your results consistent. The classic course for eyelash extensions. Since we're adding individual classics, clean isolation and safe placement are essential. You'll need a lash lift kit to create the perfect curl. This is going to include your solutions, your shields, and your adhesive. And you'll need finer diameter individual classic extensions, so 0.12 and 0.15 diameter in our plush, runway, or brunette lashes. Design breakdown for the Glam lift. We have an outer corner focus. Adding extensions to the outer third of the eye creates a soft winged effect. With a center focus, you're still adding extensions all throughout the eye, but you're spending a little more time in that middle section. This is going to open up the eyes. You can also just do every few lashes, but making sure everything is intentional. How long should you spend adding extensions following the lash lift? I would say anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes. 10 minutes being if you're a quicker lash artist, 30 minutes potentially if you're a little bit slower. Do's and don'ts for the Glam lift. Do match curls to the lift. You want the extension to follow the natural curve created by the lift, not bend or fight it. Do use strategic placement, whether that's the outer corner, center pop, or soft wisps. Less is more for this style, but we want everything to be intentional. Don't use lengths that are too long. Long extensions can create awkward angles on lifted lashes, and it can also add unnecessary weight. Don't add too many extensions. Too much density defeats the purpose. Our goal is to enhance, not to do a full classic set. Upselling during the holidays shouldn't feel pushy. It should feel like guiding clients towards the results they're already hoping for. Always ask questions first. Don't just jump straight into offering upgrades. When you understand what clients want, you can tailor your suggestions to their goals. This makes the conversation feel helpful rather than salesy. Frame your suggestions around their goals. Instead of focusing on the service, focus on the result. For example, saying things like, since you mentioned wanting more lift for photos, a glam lift would give you that definition that you're looking for. Be proactive with your scheduling. Being proactive with pre-booking is going to help you maximize your ability to offer add-ons and premium styles. This means probing your clients well before the holidays to find out if you need to add extra time to their upcoming appointments. Keep options limited. Too many choices can overwhelm clients. Offer 1 or 2 customized options rather than a full menu. Saying things like, based on what you want, here are the best 2 choices. This feels a lot simpler and easier to say yes to. Use positive, gentle language. Things like, we can, would you like, rather than you should. And be upfront about extra costs. Clients are far more likely to say yes when they feel informed. Always explain pricing before performing an add-on. Questions to ask and why they work. Do you have any special events or parties coming up? Are we sticking to the usual? Since you mentioned having plans for the holidays, I can do something a little bit bolder. Are you feeling like something a little bit more glamorous? Are you interested in adding color, glitter, or a fun accent? I can show you some examples. Why these questions work, it opens up the conversation naturally without making the client feel pressured. They help tailor suggestions to the client's comfort level. They highlight the value of upgrades during the holiday season. And they frame upselling as meeting client needs, not just boosting revenue. That's all I have for you for Holiday Glam for every client. I hope you've enjoyed today's webinar and that you feel excited offering some premium styles for this holiday season. Subscribe to us on YouTube and catch up on any past webinars that you've missed. Scan the QR code to share your feedback about today's webinar and tell us what topics you want us to cover, how we can bring value to your artistry. Till next time, we have an upcoming webinar in January hosted by Tammy, and that is diving into the lash artist career. She'll be covering service offerings, career options, and profitability, everything you need to know to get started as a lash artist. Thanks for watching.